Day 4 of Kwanzaa. This is Ujamaa. We're talking about cooperative economics within our community, how to get it, just how to get it. I'm Antoine Anderson. Let's talk about it. When I first moved to Atlanta some 20 some odd years ago, 25 or so years ago, I was in awe in the skeletal remains of what was once a booming African American industrial base. You still have infrastructure in place, but the people have all transitioned through the gentrification. There were black banks, there were black movie theaters, there were black owned craftsman shops, there were a host of mechanics. An entire section of town called Mechanicsville, which was settled early on by the Jewish population, became more of an integrated area, but it was named Mechanicsville because that's where all the mechanics lived, the ones that maintained the railroads and the shipping yards that was over there, the railroad yards in that section of town. Now, as I said, most of that, including the railroads, are gone now, and the skeletal remains of what once was is now covered up with different types of shops and eateries, a more affluent section of town, if you will, now. But it was where the black middle class lived and worked for many decades following Reconstruction. What Ujamaa is about is trying to revive that. We can find a way to do business, but we have to create business. Cooperative economics is creating business. Now, you don't have to settle on one thing, and anybody who has a talent or skill set that is geared towards making a change and a benefit to the community should pursue it. I myself have a few interests that I've been developing and started a company on. I've done, IT work, teaching computers, building computers, web pages for many years. But it wasn't until 10 years ago where I actually formed an LLC in hopes of creating, an actual brick and mortar store or school for myself to teach this on a more professional level. It meant a lot to me. My business acumen wasn't where it should be. You think about creating a business, at least I did, and you think, okay, well, what's the first thing that I want to do? Am I going to be a teacher, or am I going to be a businessman that teaches? It may sound kind of academic now, but it's something that you need to focus on ahead of time. In creating businesses that focus on uplifting the community, we have to go where the need is. My purpose is to educate and to make sure that we are taking advantage of all of the opportunities that we have available to us at this time. And what better way to do that is during this time of rapid evolution of the digital age. We've transitioned from the industrial age into a more of a service type economy in America. Everything is now digital, whether we're talking about streaming, podcasting, kind of things that are making money for a lot of people just by putting content out. We now have to transition some of those skills that are needed, like how to set up audio. I still get, individuals who will like and subscribe to the channel just to tell me how terrible my audio is. And to me, it's a motivation. Yeah, I'm still going to block you for that disrespect, but it's still a motivation for me to go ahead and buy a cardioid mic versus a regular directional mic, knowing the difference. Sound and video editing. These are all skills that I learned within the last year of my growth on this path. And this was something of a side hobby to my cryptocurrency endeavors. This is what I want to get across, is that you can do whatever it is you want to do, as long as you make it profitable for yourself, and long as you make it about uplifting your community. There are so many ways that we can look at this and decide how we advance, but keep in mind, the goal is to work together. Find that need within your community and see if you can parlay it into something that will benefit the community instead of tearing it down. We are now 536 watch hours away from being able to apply for full monetization on this channel. Please like, subscribe, tell a friend. Remember, all money is not good money. Watch how you spend it. I'm Antoine Anderson. I would love to hear from you. Tell people this is a safe place to build up and not tear down. Tell them about the channel.